Hello and welcome to this lecture. So in this lecture, I'm going to talk about these three important things: how you can clear TEF or TCF Canada exam more quickly, and then we'll specifically be talking about how to get started with Frenchify programs, and then how to enroll and begin today with a correct study plan. If you're someone who is planning to begin with Frenchify programs, this is going to be a very important lecture for you, a very important video for you. So make sure to have your notes ready. We're going to talk about everything in detail, and at the end, I will have FAQs as well, which every student wants to know about. There are certain questions which are common to everybody, and I'm pretty sure 80% of the questions you will have them in your mind as well. So we'll be discussing about them very soon. So if you are planning to start learning French, make sure to watch this up to the end. This is going to be very important for you. So talking about the first section, how to clear TEF or TCF Canada exam more quickly. Well, I would like to talk a little bit about myself. I've been teaching French for past 4+ years now. After having cleared my TEF Canada exam myself, I followed a proper roadmap, but that roadmap has been refined more, and we have more than 150 students, those who have cleared their TEF Canada exam, whether it's for CLB 7 or CLB 5. So we know exactly what study plan to follow, what do we need to do, what we have to do on weekly basis, on monthly basis to be able to clear TEF Canada exam as early as possible. For CLB 5, the average time of completion is around 4.5 to 5 months, and for CLB 7 the average completion time is about 9 to 10 months. So this is a realistic time frame, because I know this is learning a language. We are not trying to cheat the system. We are not trying to do anything like that. We are actually learning the language, and those things does not exist. So you really have to learn the language in order to move forward. So talking about how to clear TEF TCF Canada exam more quickly, first we need a proper study plan. That is very important, because if you do not know what to do next, what to do after this resource, after that resource, it will be very difficult for you to actually stick to the plan, because everything will become chaotic and random. The second thing is you also need weekly goals, because if you don't have weekly goals, you won't really know how much you are progressing and how much syllabus you are covering, and things will be more just by luck to you or just by fluke to you. Okay, this week I'll start reading this book, I'll start practicing this book, but next week what do I have to do? I have nothing. If there are 100 tasks that you need to do in order to complete or in order to get fluent in the language, those 100 tasks first have to exist. Okay, those 100 tasks have to be there, but also you need a proper weekly plan. You need proper weekly tasks, worksheets, assignments for you to be able to complete, so that you're able to do 1 task, 2 tasks, 3 tasks every day, and then go up to 100 tasks. We need weekly goals and weekly tasks and weekly assignments to complete for you to be able to actually progress quickly. And if you do have that, you will stay more consistent. You will stick to the process, because you know that if I want to clear my exam in this much amount of time, I have to do this much of things. And we also need to do only what is required. See, at Frenchify, all the topics, all the resources, all the things that we do or the things that we practice, those are specifically for the exam, TEF or TCF Canada. We are not doing anything else which is not required. So you are not wasting any time. You are properly focusing only to the things which are required for the exam. And also, we are not using hundreds of resources, because the big problem, a very big problem these days, is using multiple resources. Sure, it's age of internet, we have a lot of resources to use, but which resources matter and which resources are or are not important for TEF or TCF Canada, that is something you need to know in detail, and how to execute those resources is also something you need. And proper time management, guys. Time management, how much crucial this is, especially if you're working full-time. If you have a full-time job, if you're working, let's say 50 hours a week, how to plan out your French learning apart from those hours is also one of the very important skills and very important things that you need to do. How to manage your time, how to do reading listening practice, when to do reading listening practice, how much time you should focus on weekly basis on grammar, what task you should do for grammar, and how much time to give to that, how to divide your whole day to cover all 4 modules, or how to divide your whole week to cover all 4 modules. These things are very important, and for that you need a proper time management. So you need to actually know what is the most crucial and what is the most important way to manage your time. And doing all this, we will be able to learn more French in less amount of time. Again, it is not that we can just study all the language. We only need to cover the components which are important. See, in French, actually, there are 17 to 20 tenses. All right. But out of those, we only need 8 to 9 in total to actually be perfect for the exam. So actually, you don't need to cover a lot of syllabus, but whatever syllabus you are doing, you have to cover that properly. So this is what we are going to do in Frenchify programs. So let's talk about that. Now at Frenchify, we have courses according to 2 goals. If your goal is CLB 5, we have a program, we have a series of program for you as well, which is going to be, first you start at A1 and then you will go on to A2, and then your CLB5 exam prep will start, which is called CLB5 exam prep program, which is for work permit extension. Or if your goal is CLB7, if your work permit is expiring, first goal is CLB5 and then later anyhow your goal will be CLB7. Either you are in this situation or you are someone whose work permit is not expiring very soon, so you directly have the goal of CLB7. Okay, so if your goal is CLB7, then what you will do is you will start with A1 and then you will go on to A2, and then right after A1 A2, which just takes about 3 months to complete, you are starting your first exam prep and then you're going on to the final exam prep for CLB7. So what is the difference between CLB5 and 7 candidates is that if your first target is CLB5, you'll be completing these 3 steps. Let's say if your goal later is also for CLB7, then after completing this exam prep program, you will go on to the final exam prep. All right, but if your goal is already CLB7, then you will just follow these 4 steps just the way they are. Now, anyhow, these 2 levels, A1 and A2, will be common, whether your goal is TEF Canada or TCF Canada, whether your goal is CLB5 or CLB7, the first steps of the learning will not change. A1 and A2, they are common, they apply both for TEF as well as TCF, and they apply for both CLB5 and CLB7. We have to complete this syllabus, alright? So let's understand our A1 level in detail at Frenchify, what A1 programs we offer and how you can enroll for them. So for A1 level as well, we have 2 different types of programs, which are A1 intensive program and A1 flex program. I'll be discussing about that in detail. First, let's understand who is it for and the timeline to complete A1. If you're a complete beginner or a fresher in French, or you have done some concepts, A1 level is for you. This is where you start learning the language, or if you have already learned some, then this is where you actually build the strong base of the language. So if you feel that I have done, about like a month practice of basics in French, or if I'm a complete fresher in French, I highly recommend that you start with A1 so that you are able to cover everything in detail, and before going on to the next level, you already have a strong base and there are no gaps or holes in your learning. All right. And if you're targeting CLB5 or 7, does not matter. This A1 level is for you. And also if you are planning for TEF or TCF, this A1 level is common. So this will help you set your strong base before moving forward. And average time to complete A1 is 5 weeks. If you're someone who is studying for 2 to 3 hours, you can complete A1 level in 5 weeks and move on to the next level. I will be talking about in detail on this structure, how that is possible very soon. All right. So this is who it is for. A1 is for people, those who are targeting CLB5 or CLB7. So if you're starting from the beginning, you have 2 options, A1 intensive program or A1 flex program. And A1 intensive program is the most popular for any student because they find that this is what works best for them. Okay. However, we have 2 options, so you can choose according to your profile. So A1 intensive program, let's talk about the structure first. You get online program as well as live sessions together for 3 months. Now, one of the important things when it comes to learning the languages, we need to be able to make the language as much flexible and as much easy to learn as we can. And how it will become easy to learn? When you can study it whenever you want. So the methodology that I follow is that I give you your full curriculum in the format of online program, so you can attend those classes, you can watch those classes and attend the lectures whenever you want as per your time flexibility. So all you have to do is just open the curriculum. Your curriculum will be divided into 5 weeks. First, you start understanding the A1 blueprint and how to study, how to divide your study routine, how to build a proper time management, how to do reading practice, listening, writing, speaking practice. Everything will be discussed in detail before getting started, which resources to use, how to use the resources, and all of that stuff. Okay. And then your full A1 syllabus will be divided into 5 weeks. And then at the end, there will be an A1 test. Okay. So this all you can complete according to your time flexibility, whether you are going to your work, you are in a bus, or you are coming back home. It's okay. You can just open the portal. You can continue your next task, next lecture, and complete it. That will complete your syllabus in 5 weeks. How that happens in 5 weeks, I'll mention that very soon. But with this, with your online program, we also have live sessions. There are going to be 4 live sessions every week that you'll be able to attend to connect with me and instructors and discuss more things in detail. So that part I'll be talking about that as well. But first, let's talk about the weekly structurization of our A1 online program. There are total 5 units in the A1 level, unit 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And if you're giving about 2 to 3 hours on regular basis, you'll be able to complete each unit in 1 week, and hence it takes 5 weeks to complete 5 units. That is why your A1 can be completed easily in 5 weeks. If we talk about the unit 1 structure itself, unit 1 is further divided into all the components. So one of the best things about Frenchify program is that it covers every aspect right from the beginning, whether it would be grammar, there are exercises, there are pronunciation rules and hacks which you'll be learning right from the beginning. There are vocabulary practices, vocabulary lists for you to learn, reading practices, listening practices, writing tasks and speaking tasks. And once you're done with everything, then there will be a final unit test to test all of this knowledge. Okay, that will complete your unit 1, and that is done in week 1. And then you move on to unit 2, same structure, you complete that, you move on to unit 3, same structure, complete that, unit 4, unit 5, you give your final test. So that completes all your A1 syllabus, and now you are ready to go on to A2. But before then that, let's also understand the live sessions. As I mentioned that we also have live sessions. What happens in those is that we have 4 different sessions every week, as I mentioned, out of which 3 are doubt sessions. So every Sunday 10 a.m. EST, Thursday 7 p.m. EST, and Monday 8 p.m. EST. This is the time when we do doubt discussion. So if you have any questions, anything you would like to ask, if you're not able to understand any concept which is over here, or if you feel difficulties, if you feel confusions in that, feel free to join these sessions. I highly recommend. These are very, very important for you, because this is where you are going to connect with me and other instructors in detail, and you're actually going to ask all your questions or problems that you're facing. But honestly, if you're following this, you automatically will be able to clear out all your doubts, because the syllabus is step-by-step progression. So you never have any confusions, but still you have to join them. Why? Because these are very, very crucial for you. Okay, so Sunday, Thursday and Monday we do this. Let's say if there are no doubts, okay, what we also do is we also do pronunciation and translation practices in these sessions. So it's not only the doubt session, but also with that the pronunciation and translation practices keeps on going. So you're always learning something new. All right, so this is very important. And then activity session happens every Saturday at 8 a.m. where we do quiz, or we do a pronunciation activity, or we solve a particular worksheet on a given topic. So this keeps on alternating. So this keeps on changing. You're not bored of doing one thing only. So that is why all these 4 sessions are very, very valuable apart from the online program, because now this is where you are applying the knowledge that you learned in all the weeks. Okay, and not only that, one of the biggest benefits is that you also have access to Frenchify community. Why? Because this is where you will get weekly and daily tasks for you to complete. There will be a particular section in which you can track down your daily tasks, so you can complete those as well. This is something which keeps you more accountable. With that, you will also be able to access the live session recordings. Let's say if you miss any of these sessions, very simple. All you do is request a recording in the group, and you'll be able to access your recordings. Once they are sent in the group, you can access and see what did we discuss during the session. You can also connect with peers, which I mentioned that happens in the community. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, feel free to put those in your group as well. As you're a student of A1, you will see a particular group specifically dedicated to A1 discussions only. So you'll be able to ask your questions and doubts over here without any problems. And then we also have a habit tracker. You can fill out your habits. You can check those habits which you're doing on regular basis. So this keeps you more consistent and more disciplined. And then you can also take part in challenges. At A1 we have a 5-week A1 completion challenge which you can join and get completed. With that, compete with others, win more points, and move on to the next level. So this is going to be your access of A1 program. It gives you access for 3 months to the online program as well as to the live sessions as well. You will have 3-month access, but it does not take 3 months to complete. You can complete A1 in about 5 weeks. It is given for 3 months so that you can comfortably complete it, even if you want to take longer. Okay, because not everyone has the same pace. Some people want to do it quicker. Some people want to take more time. So if you are one or the another, you can completely take that time that you require. That should be fine. Now with this, one more benefit that I would like to mention is that with the A1 program, we are giving French pronunciation course completely free, which is worth $200. And this is one of the most useful course that you will ever come across, because this is something which will improve your French accent. This is something which will improve your French pronunciations. French pronunciations are known to be one of the most difficult aspects of French, but this program is very, very valuable. And if you're signing up for A1 program, you will be getting this program for free. And not only at A1, once you sign up at A1, you will also get this program for free for the upcoming levels as well. So you are actually not paying anything. If you sign up for this worth $200 French pronunciation course, you have access to it for free. Now let's talk about the benefits of A1 program, A1 intensive program specifically. See, the first thing is that it gives you more flexibility of your time. The problem with online classes, the problem is with the group sessions is that, let's say if you are not available on one of these timings, what happens is you are actually missing out the syllabus that was done in the class, and that creates a negative loop of not being able to become ready for the next session and the next session, the next session. What happens is you wanted to learn French in 4 weeks, but you missed a couple of sessions and then you were not able to continue that, and that makes you more demotivated. So with this structure, what happens is it's you who can be more intensive without wasting time, without missing out the sessions, because everything is covered in the online program. All you have to do is just follow those steps. Okay. And this also keeps you more accountable. Why? Because we have all of these things going on. We have a proper community. You can also connect with members. We have more instructors with whom you will be able to connect, moving further in the upper levels as well. Then you will be able to create a proper routine for yourself. We have a proper weekly routine that we follow. You can also ask your queries in the group if you have anything, and there is a step-by-step plan. See, this is one of the biggest things. You actually have a weekly plan as well as a monthly plan for you to follow. So all you need to do is just do that, nothing else. Okay, everything is given to you, all the resources are given. Honestly, you don't even need resources in A1 if you are following all the lectures and everything that we have listening practices, reading practices, everything. If you're following that, you don't need any outer resources, and you can just get done with A1 and move on to the next level. So how much does the A1 intensive program costs? Talking about the investment, now the total price, the A1 intensive program in itself is $599 CAD, but on top of that we also have this French pronunciation course which costs $200. But if you're joining that, the total amount which is worth $799, you don't have to pay that. Why? Because as I mentioned, I'm offering the pronunciation course free with A1. For anyone else who would sign up for this individually, they'll have to pay for it. All right, but if you sign up for A1 intensive program, you are getting it completely free. So this is accessible to you, and I will also share more details on how to register for the program, so you can follow that very, very quick. Anyhow, you will see the link to register for the A1 program below in the video in the description, so you can sign up over there. But I would also like to explain about the A1 Flex program. So now, what is the difference between A1 Flex and A1 intensive program? See, the whole roadmap and the whole structure is exactly same. There is only one difference, that the A1 Flex program does not come with the live sessions. Okay, now this is for those who are not able to attend these sessions or any of these sessions. If you're not able to attend one or two, that's okay, because you can still request the recordings and you'll get the recordings, and you can still attend the other two. But what if you just cannot attend all of them? Then we have A1 Flex program, which is going to be a little bit cheaper than the A1 intensive, which is going to be $499, in which you have access to the full online program for 3 months. Okay, so it is only one component. So you don't have these live sessions, you have online program which will be accessible for 3 months. The same structure, we follow the same structure from the beginning up to the end. So again, you're following the same routine, you're following the same syllabus, nothing else is getting missed out. It's only that you won't have access to these. You won't be able to take part in quiz, pronunciations, worksheets, and translation practices which happen during these sessions, which is still fine, because honestly there are a lot of students those who have signed up for A1 Flex program as well, and then they moved on to up to B2, and then they cleared their exam, because they're not missing out on anything. It's just that the live session component is not there, but you can still follow this online program just the way it is, and then once you're done with everything, you can give the final test. Once you clear, you are good to move forward to the next level. Now we also have French pronunciation course, which is also complementary with this level, with this Flex program as well. So if you're someone who can attend these live sessions as well, sign up for A1 intensive program. This will be very valuable for you. And if you're someone who's not able to attend any of them, go with A1 Flex program. That will be a better decision for you. So the link is in the description, but before enrolling, let's also understand some common questions. There are a lot of questions, I know, but these are very, very important questions which everyone has. So we'll discuss about that. So is there any referral discount? Well, if you have your friend, if you have someone who would like to sign up with you, yes, there is going to be $50 discount on each of you. So let's say if you're also interested in A1 and your friend is also interested in A1, you both can sign up and you both will get $50 discount on each. But let's say you're already a student, but then your friend, you referred your friend, then still you will get $50 discount on the next level when you go on to the next level. So that is also possible. All right, so you will be able to do that if you're already a student. Now, is there any combo discount? What if I want to go with A1 and A2 together? Yes, we do have A1 A2 combo discount as well. I will explain A2 structure more in detail. If you want to know that, you can request a video for that as well. That is going to be the next video where I explain A2 intensive program in detail. But yes, we do have A1 and A2 combo in which you can combine A1, A2 and pronunciation mastery course, and all of that will be the total price, which comes out to be 1198. There will be $100 extra discount and you will get it for 1098 if you apply this discount code PR100, which is PR100. Not to mention that this $200 pronunciation course is also added. So actually you are getting a $300 discount rather than $100 discount. Okay, but because I'm giving it for free, I'm not adding that price over here. But the actual price was 1398. Okay, but on the link you will see 1198. So don't worry about that because I have already added your pronunciation mastery course, which is worth $200 in your A1A2 combo, so that you will see access already if you use this discount code PR100. Can I get A1 A2 flex combo discount? Yes, for that as well the same discount will apply. The A1 flex is 449 and the A2 flex program is 499. The total price comes out to be 948. But on this as well, we will have $70 discount on A1 and A2 as a combo, and that price will go down to 878 by using discount code PR70. Not to mention that this also has a pronunciation mastery course already free for you. Okay, so if you sign up for these, you will be getting pronunciation mastery course anyhow, whether you go with combos or you go with individual programs. Will there be any weekly tests? Yes, every week you're supposed to do a final unit test, which I mentioned earlier, and then you will keep on moving on to the next section. Do I need any other resource outside the program? No, everything is included in the program. How can I ask questions outside the live session? You will have a group in which you can post all your questions and you will get a response either by other students or by Frenchify team answering all your questions. Will I miss anything if I'm not able to join the session? No. As I mentioned, all the syllabus is covered in the online program, so you are not missing out on anything. But if you still feel that you want to watch what happened in the session, you can always request the recording, which brings me to the next question. If I'm not able to join the session, can I access the recording? Yes. How will I make sure that my pronunciation is correct? Now, for this, we have a pronunciation program which you will be able to learn. There are some pronunciation patterns and rules which you have to learn. So our A1 is primarily focused on learning those rules, because without knowing those rules, you will never be able to pronounce things correctly. Okay, so first we are learning those rules. Once you get better and once you master those pronunciation rules, later going on to the next level, you'll be able to rectify your pronunciation errors and your pronunciation will automatically become correct. I already did your YouTube playlist. Can I skip A1? No. YouTube playlist only includes some components of the language. It mainly includes the grammar part only. But reading, listening, writing, speaking, those things also have to happen according to the A1 level. So I would highly recommend you starting at A1, even if you have done the YouTube playlist. I want to see demo before enrolling. Is it possible? Yes, you can sign up for my free beginner program, which gives you the demo of unit 1 of all the 5 units. If you want to do that, you can go onto my website and sign up for a free beginner program, which is worth $150, but it's completely free for now. You can sign up for that and you'll be able to see the demo before signing up. What happens if I'm not able to complete A1 in this time frame? That means 3 months. Well, the access is for 3 months, but if you need, you can always prolong or extend the access. We also have renewal options as well, so you can go ahead with that. But honestly speaking, it won't take you that much time because average completion time is 5 weeks. Even if you're not able to complete it in 5 weeks, you can complete it in 6, 7 or 8 and you can move forward to the next level. Is A1 focused towards the exam TEF or TCF? Yes, all the components that we will be studying in the A1 are primarily only the things that you will need for TEF, TCF. We are not doing anything which is not required for learning the language for the exam purposes. If I have more questions, yes, always reach out at admin@frenchifywithvyom.com if you feel confused or if you have any questions. So this is all about A1 intensive program and A1 flex program, and this is how we will start. I highly recommend that you go back to the earlier part of the video where I explained about this, because this will give you a better idea on what steps do we need to take in order to become exam ready, whether it's for CLB 5 or CLB 7. So welcome to Frenchify and I hope to see you in the live sessions. Au revoir.